Hi there, beautiful quilters and creatives. Welcome back to the Quilters Coach podcast with Dara. I'm so happy you're here with me today. As we move through November together, I want you to know that I'm committed to supporting you not just through the holiday season, but throughout the entire year. This is the time when many of us start feeling that familiar tug of old patterns, whether that's reaching for food when you were stressed, adding to cart when we're feeling empty, or scrolling endlessly when we should be resting. Here's what I've learned after losing 50 pounds and coaching hundreds of quilters and creatives. We don't have a knowledge problem. We all know how to eat well, how to budget, how to set boundaries. What we have is a thinking problem. When we don't know how to process our emotions, we distract ourselves instead. We shop, we eat, we scroll, we stay busy getting our worth from other people. But there's another way, and that's exactly what we're going to explore together this month. Whether you're struggling with buying more fabric more than 3 lifetimes could use, dreading upcoming family gatherings, or just feeling overwhelmed by everything on your plate, I've got tools that actually work. Not because they require superhuman willpower, but because they address what's really happening underneath all those behaviors. And before we dive in, I want to remind you that my Black Friday irresistible offer launches this Friday. Go grab your favorite mug, settle in, and let's talk about how to navigate this season from a place of calm confidence instead of white-knuckled survival. This is episode 226, How More Gratitude Keeps Away the Calories. Who's super curious about the science of gratitude and how it actually changes? But before we go into the science, I do need to share a win. This was a member in the program who, her mom really suffers with depression, and she went out to visit her and helped her mom through all of the challenges, getting her out of bed, cleaning the house, getting things organized. And she did it all with a joyful heart, which is a huge change because in the past, there was a lot of resentment, there was a lot of frustration, there was a lot of disappointment. Not only did she help her mom from a grateful heart, a joyful heart, she didn't speak poorly about her sister-in-law when the family was all together with her siblings, and they're all in their 50s and 60s. They did a family picture. That was a big deal for them to actually memorialize that event. She was able to navigate all of the family dynamics, as you can imagine. It's just awesome to be able to see the changes that these women are making in this membership. It's a program that you get lifetime access. Let's dive into the Thanksgiving connection. This is especially relevant as we head into Thanksgiving week. Many of us approach holiday meals with kind of this all or nothing mindset, like we're either going to be perfect or forget it. How many of us do that? We don't even realize we're doing it. What if instead of focusing on restriction or indulgence, you focus on genuine appreciation? Research from multiple universities show that when people take time to truly appreciate their food, to smell it, to savor it, to be grateful for it, they naturally eat more slowly and feel satisfied with less. It's not about portion control or willpower. It's about changing your relationship with the experience of eating. So how do you actually use this? Let me give you some specific examples. Before you eat, pause for appreciation. Not in a forced way. Notice something you can genuinely appreciate about the food, the company, or the fact that you have the food. My great-grandfathers. So I have 4 great-grandfathers who came to Alberta, Canada, the Prairie Province, and they broke the ground, and they were the first ones to till the ground. I have this connection with land growing, and they also had cattle, were part of creating this legacy of growing their own food. I do my own canning. So what is your relationship with food? You have a connection like I do with my great-grandpas. What does that look like for you? That's 1. Before you eat, pause for appreciation. 2, when you feel a stress craving coming on, try that. What is that feeling? Instead of reaching for food first, Try writing down 3 things you're grateful for right now. Even if they're tiny, even if you don't feel like it, just see what happens to that craving. That would be interesting. So yeah, I really want that chocolate bar, but I'm really grateful for taste buds. I'm grateful that I can reach a chocolate bar, and I'm grateful that I want something and then I can react. I love that I have a brain that works that way. See how I just did 3 little things, and that gets me more into my higher brain. And so now I'm not just like reacting. The next one is practice savoring moments. This is what researchers call taking time to really notice and appreciate good moments as they happen. I have some chia seeds in my water. So just appreciating like the look of them. They're so interesting, what they've done and the support and health they give my body as I'm consuming them. One of the things you can do with this is feeling that warmth. If you have boiling water or one of these bubbly drinks, just feeling the bubbles laying down in your throat. So just savor that moment. Oftentimes I say to my kids, these are the good old days. Currently, as I'm recording this podcast, my kids are getting ready for my son's wedding reception. We're having a pre-wedding reception here, and then he's getting married in another province. And they are literally scrubbing my floors right now. And I could hear the scrubbing, and I was like, I'm going to savor this moment that my 13-year-old is scrubbing this floor. So satisfy that feeling when you finish a quilt block or do that last stitch on the binding. Just savor that moment. These aren't big, time-consuming practices, but tiny shifts that can create significant changes in how you feel. So let's look at some practical gratitude for real life. Why does this work more than willpower? This approach is so much more effective than trying to control yourself with willpower. Willpower is a limited resource. If you've been working hard all day, managing stress, dealing with family dynamics, your willpower is empty, just like your cell phone battery. But gratitude actually replenishes your emotional resource. It shifts you from a state of depletion into a state of abundance. And from that state, taking care of yourself feels natural. Psychologist David DiSterno did fascinating research on this. He found that people who practice gratitude were significantly better at delaying gratification, not because they had more willpower, but because they were in a different emotional state. So let's talk about the ripple effect. The benefits go way beyond food choices. The same research shows that people who practice gratitude sleep better, have a stronger immune system, have better relationships, and are more resilient in the face of stress. It's like you're not just changing one behavior, you're changing the foundation that all your behaviors spring from. It's like lifting weights. The more we lift weights, the more we can build muscle. That muscle is actually working always for us and like processing like calories, all that so much better than if we didn't have that. It's the same kind of idea. So I want to give you a simple challenge this week, especially as you head into Thanksgiving. And if you're watching or listening before or after Thanksgiving, this is totally applicable. Try the 3 before 3 practice. 3 times a day before you eat anything. Just take 30 seconds to think of 3 things you're genuinely grateful for. They can be tiny things, the fact that you have food, that you have taste buds to enjoy it, that you have people to share it with, you have a house, you have electricity, all of that, or peace to enjoy it alone. Don't make it complicated. Don't make it perfect. Just try it and see what you notice. So pay attention to how you feel when you eat from that state versus when you eat from stress, rush, or deprivation. Some of you might have a praying practice. I know for me, I've taught my kids to pray, and it's interesting because taking that pause before we eat really does make a big difference. I've given you some challenges for today, and I want to wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving. You know this whole concept that you can change your emotional state by changing your thoughts, and that changing your state changes your actions. This is the heart of everything I teach. Understanding this intellectually is actually living it, two different things. Like you can read books on how to free motion quilt. You can watch videos on how to free motion quilt, but that doesn't mean you know how to free motion quilt. You can be educated. You can actually even start spotting when people are making design errors. But unless you start practicing the free motion quilting, that's when you actually can master it. Understanding this intellectually and actually living it are two different things, especially during the holiday season when emotions are high and old patterns feel so strong. You can practice gratitude for Thanksgiving dinner and feel great about it. But what about that office party next week? The family stress in December, the New Year's pressure, the random Tuesday in February when life feels really overwhelming. That's where ongoing support makes all the difference. That's where you stop having to start over every few months and start building skills that actually last. If you're ready to stop white knuckling your way through life and start working with your emotions instead of against them, go to darathomason.com. This is your chance to invest in yourself, one payment, lifetime access, ongoing support. Don't wait until January to start taking care of yourself. Start now with support and make this the last time you ever have to start over. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect or forcing yourself to feel positive when you don't. It's about training your brain to notice what's really already working, what's already good, what you already have. And from that place of noticing abundance instead of scarcity, everything else becomes easier. Your relationship with food, your stress levels, your ability to enjoy the holidays instead of just surviving them, the research is clear. This stuff works, not because it's magic, but because it changes your brain chemistry in measurable ways. Try the 3 before 3 practice this week. See what you notice. And remember, you don't have to be perfect at this. You just have to be willing to try something different. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm grateful for your willingness to do this work and for the beautiful things you create, both in your quilting and in your life. Until next week, keep creating beautiful things, including a beautiful, grateful relationship with yourself. I'm Dara, and this has been the Quilter's Coach podcast. Take care. If you have a love-hate relationship with Christmas, just like I do, you love the holidays, but you're super worried that you're going to lose control and gain that 5 or 10 pounds and be exhausted at the end and not really enjoy the connections that you're making, you've got to come and check out my Cut Your Holiday Eating in Half. Come to my 14-day sprint where you're going to get all the information and support to rewire that emotional eating brain. Not only will you get all of the amazing video content that I created for you, but you are going to have the experience of getting daily coaching Monday to Friday for 2 full weeks, where you can come to the coaching calls live and ask for coaching. You can ask your questions anonymously and get the answers. You can type it in Zoom and I can be coaching you real time. If you want to get in on really learning what it's going to take to stop starting all over again, even when you catch yourself eating midway cookies, half the package, you don't have to start the next day or Monday or January 1st. I'm actually going to teach you what you do in that moment when you finally catch yourself and how you can change. That is why I'm saying you can stop half the calorie eating for the holidays. Go ahead. Do not hesitate. If this is calling you, come now. Do not miss out on this opportunity.